Hey, welcome, guys. Come on in. Got a few more streaming in here. I'm so excited, guys. I'm sweating, but it's not from, well, I mean, yeah, I'm sweating from this too, but I've been up at the top of the hill building the dome. But this has been, I'm so excited for this, guys. I dream about these product owners and, and helping them to like tell their story and helping you guys to find out about new products and learn how to support small businesses because everybody loves a small business, right? We're always looking for what are some ways that we can, you know, help them, support them, get the word out about them so that they stay in business so we can buy their cool stuff. That's one of the best things ever. So, Stacy, let's see if I can pull you up. Are you here, Stacy? And it looked like it. So my co-host is here, Stacy Lauren. Super excited. This was like she had the seed of this idea for this call, and we've just kind of been working on this to create this, and I'm really psyched. Stacy, if you let's see. Oop, it's going beep beep. Let's see. I don't know. She may be muted.
Oh, that's so strange. You can hear me?
Oh,
No?
now I can.
Okay, hold on a
Yay!
second.
Hey, there you go.
Okay, good. Okay, cool. Okay, good. Yeah, I'm so glad to be here. I know it's so cool because when you take so long to create the product, and you're like in the research phase, you're like trying to figure it out. A lot of times your head's down, like thinking like, okay, I want to solve this thing that like I had a problem with, and now you're like researching, you're like figuring out will it sell? And then you go to create it, which that's a whole nother thing, and so that's what's so excited about this party is you're now gathering people together that have spent all the time on the product, and we're getting some energy around it, and whether that means reviews, whether that means referrals, whether that means just an idea today that could come up that will help us like kind of like tap more into like what we're doing. I mean, it's just amazing. And so it's so cool that you guys are here. It's exciting.
Really, really happy. Really happy to have you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and mute. We hear some background noise, so you feel free to mute yourself if you're not one of the speakers or one of the product creators that we're featuring today. So excited. All right, more and more people coming in here. So this is so cool. So I wanted to give you a little idea of how this is going to go today. I am real strict on time, so we are going to be done by 1 because I know everybody's got things they need to do. So the gist of this party is I want you to be able to meet 4 different product creators who have poured themselves in. As Stacy talked about, these folks have had a problem and they solved the problem, or they knew somebody and loved somebody who had a problem and they devoted themselves to solving this problem for them. Like they used their creativity, they poured their resources, their time, their blood, sweat, and guarantee there were some tears along the way into being able to solve that problem for other people. This is why I love entrepreneurs so much. I feel like we make the world a better place. The thing is it can be very challenging when you're in that grind phase. You're just starting, you're starting to take some sales. If you're on Amazon, it's great. It's a world huge marketplace, fantastic, but you're kind of buried under a lot of competitors, and some of them are huge, and you're just a little guy. And probably your thing is way better than anything else that's out there, but you got to have it get into people's hands. And this is the same with any service business that you love that's near you, any local brick and mortar. Like this is the same thing that everybody faces. There's another hurdle that happens. Yes, you need those sales. And by the way, you are not obligated to buy anything or do anything. I'm just happy that you're here. If you decide you want to buy something, they've got a little deal for you, little specials, all this kind of thing, but you're not obligated. Now, all right, so let's say product owner makes some sales. This is great. But you know what happens is when you're on Amazon or anywhere else, you're looking at the reviews. That's how we decide. Am I going to, even if it's like a dollar book, you're looking at the reviews. Should I there's the money, there's the time, there's the energy involved in buying this thing, waiting for this thing, learning to use this thing. You want to know in advance, like, is it good? Those reviews are absolute gold to any small business owner. And if you can learn how to leave a fantastic review, it doesn't have to be 5 stars, but a valuable review. And I'm going to talk about that in a second. When you learn how to leave a valuable review for a business, you are giving them a gift beyond anything they can even imagine. It might even be better than a sale. Now, on Amazon, of course, having that verified purchase, like you actually bought the product, not just leaving a review, they do check that kind of stuff sometimes. That's huge. Here's a weird thing with Amazon, and I don't know, a lot of the product owners, they all know this. And a lot of people don't otherwise. If I were Alpesh's sister, I could leave a review, but Amazon's not going to like it. They're going to cut it right out of there. It's not going to count. Something magical happens on Amazon for a product that has 100 reviews. That is a wonderful thing. All of a sudden, it's like there's traction, and then things really start to take off. So I want to talk to you just briefly about how to leave a valuable review. First, it doesn't have to be 5 stars. If you love something, for Pete's sake, yes, leave 5 stars. Everybody's read those glowing reviews that sometimes people will leave this glowing review if you're reading it and they gave 4 stars. It's like the teacher back in like 6th grade who's like, nobody gets 100% in my class. I think that's how it happens. I don't know. But if you love a product, give it 5 stars for Pete's sake. If there is something that you're like, leave the stars that you feel like it deserves. That's important. They need to be in integrity, but there are ways that you can talk about the product that are actually really useful in a review, useful to other people who might want to buy the product, and useful to people who are building these products. They are trying really hard to make sure that they're getting the reviews. They want to create what you want to have. And it helps them a lot to have that, the feedback. So a lot of these folks are constantly, reiterating their product, making it better with each new version. And that can help. We're taught as product owners who are developing this to listen to our people and find out from them, what do you want me to create? What do you want me to improve? It's huge to have that valuable feedback. So when you go to leave a review, usually there's a couple parts to this review. First, there's a title. Let me just ask you something. What sounds better? Oh, great. I love this thing. Or great phone case. This fit my phone perfectly. That's a much better title. If you can talk about what the thing is in the title, that's going to help them, because when other people go looking for that product or that type of product, that will help them. And then in the review itself, don't just say, oh, I love it, it's great, thanks, great price, something like that, as advertised. Talk a little bit about like, what were you trying to solve? What problem were you trying to solve when you had the idea to get this problem? So, oh, my hand was killing me. I got this kit full of physical therapy tools, and I've been using them. And now, well, here's what happened. Or my dog was eating, I'm not even going to say what. And all of a sudden now I have the solution to this. So talk about a problem that you were having. You might even talk about other things you've tried in the past, and then say why you love this thing. It's a very simple thing to do. And as I said, this would work for your butcher, your baker, your candlestick maker in your local market, the people that you go see. There are Google reviews that you can leave. There are Facebook reviews you can leave for them. Services. This works for products that are physical products, like we were just talking about, Amazon or through their own site. It also works for digital products. So if you buy an ebook, if you buy a course, anything like this, just if you can get into the practice of reviewing, that is going to really help people. You will get better at it as well. Who knows, you might become an influencer, and this is a very important skill to have then, so that you're able to do this. We're going to dive right in, because I want so much for you guys to see. The first person who's going to be going is Kristy Hauk. Kristy, would you unmute yourself and pop right on?
Sure.
There we go.
I'm Kristy Hauk. Nice to meet all of you. It's great to have you here and excited to share my story. So I'm just going to go over the brand story a little bit and then share my products at the end. So our brand started. We are a pet treats company, but we don't want to be known as that, as you'll hear through the story. We are a company that is creating products that you can build your relationship with your pet. But our story started, it's actually sort of a heartbreaking loss story. We lost our Vizsla, which is a breed of dog, for people that don't know, very rapidly. Within 48 hours, he was fine. He was running, playing. We had no clue. And all of a sudden, one day, he just went downhill really quick, took him to the vet. Here he had brain cancer, and it obviously was progressing very rapidly, and we had no idea. And within 48 hours, we had to make that hard decision. It was, like I said, very heartbreaking, very sad, especially as a mom with girls. It was more than just losing one of our family members. It was a lot of memories of my kids growing up with this dog. And so at around the same time, right before that, I had lost my grandmother to cancer. And then after our dog passed away, my current business partner, a friend of mine at the time, was also going through cancer. And it was just like, what is happening here? And so with him, he had to change his diet as he was going through that process. And luckily, he's a survivor today. But as I started looking back, I also have a pharmacology science background, love nutrition, health, that aspect. I got thinking, like, what is happening? Is it the food? We're starting to hear a lot about different things in food, like hydrogenated oil, all these artificial ingredients, all this stuff that's happening that's really unhealthy for that. And is it the same for our pets? And if we're taking so much care about feeding ourselves healthy options, like, why are we not doing the same thing for our pets? So as I got looking into treats, I found that a lot of the treats have a lot of ingredients. One, you don't even know what they are, artificial things, hydrogenated oils. So my business partner and I decided to come up with a treat line that is healthy ingredients, but we wanted to do it in a really fun, unique way. So I'm just going to share my screen really quick and share the two products that we have. Hold on one second. Sorry, let me get this pulled up correctly here. Here we go. All right, so this is our first product. What we wanted to do is come up with simple 2 ingredient combination treats that dogs actually love, but in a unique, fun way. So this one here is our peanut butter and beef liver. All of our ingredients, that's all that's in it. So most treats are actually heated up to a really high temperature, which basically decreases the nutritional values. We use a freeze-dried treatment that allows it to maintain all the nutrition and have a good shelf life, which is why we don't have to put any of the nasty ingredients, no artificial ingredients. It literally is peanut butter and beef liver. And we also went on the nostalgia. I'm sure most of you, when you were growing up, loved peanut butter and jelly. And when anytime you were eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, your dog was probably sitting right beside you, drooling because they love peanut butter too. And so we went off of that with this product. Our other product is freeze-dried chicken and quail egg. So quail egg is a really high nutritious egg. It's actually more nutrition than just regular eggs for pets. And this combination brings that high protein packed treat along. So it brings that nutritious value, but also just brings that nostalgia of making fried eggs in the morning on the weekends and enjoying that with your pets. So all of our treats are for dogs and for cats. And that's sort of our background story and the 2 main treats that we have. So at this point, I'd love to just take any questions anybody may have, or if you would like to hear a little bit more, let me know.
I'd like to ask a question. You
Hi,
said,
Alan.
hi, Kristy, nice to see you again. Hey, so you said you are freeze drying,
Correct.
okay? And that is one of the more expensive processes for a treat, right?
It is. It's definitely more of a premium process. And like I said, it helps to retain the true nutrition in there, and also allows that shelf life so we don't have to add any of the preservatives that most treats have.
Okay. Okay. And tell me about your fight when your search for a manufacturer for your treats. What was that experience like?
Yeah, so as you know, finding manufacturers can always be very challenging. We actually decided to go with someone local, even though they're a little bit pricier, because we want to ensure our ingredients are the highest quality. So we make sure that all of our meats are locally, so we can also, it's not just about getting human grade ingredients, it's also about supporting our local communities. So we're supporting all of our local agriculture areas. Um, and in addition to that, we're in with the process. We can visit every day if we wanted to, but we're in there often, making sure batch to batch, making sure all the microbiological testing is happening. So we decided to go with that local just so that we have more control over our process.
Okay, now you say your one product that has quail eggs in there. Was that a difficult sourcing challenge or
So actually, we have a local farmer here that raises quail and quail eggs. So yeah, it was just a good connection that we had that we could work with that. And quail egg is becoming very popular in the pet space, particularly with cats. And it was a good fit and good timing.
I see. Well, I'd like to reach out with you sometime in the future. I'm currently working on some horse treats, and I'd like to maybe just have a little brainstorming with you a
Sure,
little
would
bit
love that,
sometime.
Alan.
All right. I'll reach out to you.
Sounds
Thank
good.
you.
Kristy, tell the story about what the dog owner with who had a dog that had a penchant for eating something that, and
Oh,
this
yes.
worked.
Yes. So it was really funny because if anybody here has dogs, you know how sometimes they can have a fetish for something. So we had a customer whose dog loved pine cones to the point that they would not drop it for anything. They would bring pine cones into the house. Every time they went out, they would find a pine cone. And there was this huge collection of pine cones in the house, despite the owner saying, I don't want these pine cones in my house. And they would just not let them go. They would run the other way. It was like they are working on training. And that's the one thing they could never get their dog to like not get rid of. And with our treats, she tried it. And lo and behold, every time she gets the bag out, the dog drops the pine cone for the peanut butter and liver. And so she's like, this is a lifesaver. It's the only thing that prevents pine cones from coming into my house. I can't believe it. And we have a lot of customers, initial feedback that they just say the combinations are so unique. Their dogs just go crazy over them. And they're like, they'll beg for them, which I don't know if that's a good thing all the time, but they love the taste.
That's so funny. Now, I personally had a husky that had way worse habits than pine cones, and I wish your product had been around when I was training her because, so, any final question? We have time for one quick question for Kristy, if anybody has that. Okay, and Kristy's,
Yeah,
oh,
Carmen. I see Carmen.
oh, Carmen, go for it.
Hey, hi, Kristy. Thank you for making these treats. I have a cat, but I also have two daughters that work for veterinarians, so I'm definitely going to refer you to them. I'm just curious about the shelf life of these treats because my cat, like when she's, behaving well, that's when I give her the treats. I really don't, you know, give it to her often because of the weight control. What's the shelf life on your product?
Yeah, so we have tested for over 2 years.
Oh, more than enough.
And it would probably last even longer than that because of the process with the freeze dried. I mean, it's similar to technology that they're using whenever they go up to space or any of the other freeze dried technologies. But for the safety sake, we say 2 years.
Nice. And are you thinking about making food now that you made the treats?
We are not right now. We actually have some really unique, fun treats in the works that we want to stay focused in this. One of them would be sharing your coffee time with your pet, just as a
Okay.
prequel into that. So I think there's some unique things that we're working on right now, just in the treat space.
And your location, where are you located?
We are located in Pennsylvania,
Oh,
right close to
perfect.
State College, Penn State University.
Great. My daughter's in Pennsylvania. The other one's here in New York. And yeah, we'll be in touch.
Oh, nice. Great.
Awesome. Thank you.
Fantastic.
Yeah, this
Thank
is
you so
also
much.
great for people that travel or hike or do anything outdoors, which I know Sue is very good about the outdoors. Just because of the shelf life and because of the process of it, you can take it with you, and it's not going to be ruined.
Oh, and worst case scenario, you get lost in the woods and like hopelessly, like really lost and really, really, really hungry. They are food grade.
Yes, they are. You could eat them yourself technically. I don't know how many people love beef liver, but if you want to, go for it. You can
Bon
also use it as
appetit.
a food topper, crush it up, just sprinkle it on top of your food.
I've heard of weirder diets. So thank you so much, Kristy. That was fantastic. Janna is going to go next. Are you ready, Janna? If you could unmute and we'll go.
Awesome.
Oh,
Thank
just
you.
can I just
Okay.
say one thing? I'll
Oh,
put a
perfect.
link
Yes.
to the promotion page. We
Yes.
have 25% off right now for anybody on this call, and we also do a 40% off subscription that's on Amazon. So I'll put the link in the chat.
Thank you so much, Kristy. I appreciate you. Fantastic. All right, Janna, this is so cool. Can you tell a
Awesome.
little bit about your yourself and your product?
Yes, thanks. I created a sugar craving reducing supplement, I should say a spray, because I needed it. Basically, I was so tired of walking in the kitchen when I knew, that there were some chocolate chips up there or something. This voice would just keep drawing me to those chips. And it's like, this has to end. Or I would start a diet in the morning, and by 10 o'clock, I would be like looking for donuts or just this internal wanting. And it's like, this is ridiculous. There has to be an easy way or an easier way, because they always say losing weight is hard or creating new habits is hard. It's like, I don't want to do hard things. I want to make it easier. So I made Shugeeze. It's an all natural sugar craving reducing supplement made. The main ingredients has been used in Ayurvedic medicine for a long time. I don't know if it's hundreds or thousands, but it's been in there. And just a couple sprays on your tongue dulls your sugar receptors on the tongue, and it makes sweets less desirable because, quick story. I gave it to the granddaughter because it's safe, She's 12 and she tried it, and then I gave her some table sugar and she said, it's like eating sand. She said it's supposed to be sweet, but the sweetness is gone and stays gone for, I don't know, everybody's taste buds are different, but about an hour to two. I think that there's no potion, lotion, pill, spray, diet that's really effective unless you decide, that you're going to tame your subconscious that wants to keep eating all this stuff. So I came up with this, this is not an original, but my sugar monster. So the two taglines for Shugeeze are crush sugar cravings and tame your sugar monster. And it's really helps a lot, thinking that you're fighting against something else, not yourself. Otherwise, it feels like you're arguing with yourself about eating something or not. So that's kind of the story.
I love that story. And I know you went through a lot of iterations and a lot of product development. Can you talk a little bit about what that experience was like for you?
Yes. 9 iterations. It actually started November of 23, and I didn't approve one. I think it was until June of 24 that I approved one of them. And to be just out and out honest, I don't think I received what I approved. I personally think it needs a little more mint yet. But that'll be for the second batch, the next go through. But
That took some tenacity. I mean, that, how many people here would have gone through that testing process? And so it's not just like you send it and okay, great, next week it's there. No. Like the manufacturer is doing things and there's this back and forth and then you're waiting and then it's a lot. And this could be very exhausting. So I want you to know that any product out there that you absolutely love, it probably has been a long journey to get there. It's, Stacy was saying, yeah, like everybody, every product, anybody who's a product owner, if you want to just raise your hand, had you ever wanted to give up during product development stage? Yeah, it's insane. You're like, what the heck? Why is this so hard? So I'm thrilled. Janna, I wanted to ask, and if anybody has a question for Janna, if you put your Zoom hand up, then I'll call on you. I'll make sure to leave time for it. But I had a question. So I know a lot of people are on keto diets and, that type of thing. Is there, have you heard from anybody using this type of, product, using your product to help them on that eating program?
Well, Carmen has her hand up. So let's ask her.
All right.
Oh yes, I'm so anxious. I never settled down. I started on Zepbound, and before this, I watched Janna go through the process. She announced she was doing this, and it was a long process for her, like you said. And so I just went with Zepbound. Then I stopped, and I had ordered it. Here it is. I had ordered it, and I didn't want to combine it with Zepbound because it was doing the same thing. But I'm off Zepbound now, and I am enjoying it because 2 hours, at 3:00, I get my hunger pangs where I want to, pick on things, and it just works. It does. It's like a little, I call it numbing, but it's not numbing you. It's just like the spearmint gum that you chew. It keeps that flavor in your mouth. And so I love it. It's just a tool for me that I know that I have it. And it, now I won't have lunch till 2:00, but it's been great. It's been good. I'm so happy that you created this because it's easy. It fits in my bag and, I keep it all over the place with me.
Thank you, Carmen. And you're right. It's about changing the habit of reaching for the sweet and just grab your Shugeeze instead. And pretty much it's going to take care of the sweet part. What I also noticed, it does not change the flavor or maybe the desire to eat a Dorito or something like that. However, if you spray it and it's kind of minty, it's like, well, the Dorito's not going to taste as good either. So
that's great. And there's sugar hidden in everything, like there ketchup. Is. I mean, everything has sugar these days.
So much.
So that's even things you wouldn't think about. So.
Correct.
Who else would like to ask a question of Janna? All right, we only have 2 minutes on this, so
okay, I'll ask one.
All right, Alan. Hi, Alan.
Don't be shy.
So, Janna, I got some, and I just waiting to just bust it open. And so, am I supposed to squirt this in before I make that ice cream cone in the afternoon, or when?
Yeah, probably would be helpful. Yeah,
that's the deal, is to use it when you kind of get that craving, huh?
Yeah, when you're heading for the kitchen, you go on the cupboard and grab this instead and give it a spray, and you're not going to want to eat the ice cream. It's just creating new habits. And this, I think, is so effective because it does dull your sugar receptors. And what's the point of eating something if you can't get the enjoyment from it?
Exactly. All right. I'm looking forward to trying it.
Okay. And then in the chat, I have, because Amazon is Amazon, I'm doing $7 off on Amazon, and then $10 it would be off at Shugeeze.com. So I will put that in the link. And that Amazon offer, I'm going to have that for 24 hours. So, okay.
Nice. That's very, very kind. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Alpesh, are you ready to roll?
Yeah, after listening them, I don't think so. I mean, I should go home. That's it. We have enough products to work on it. We have enough reviews to go, and I think we're done for the day.
Not so easy, my friend. Not so fast. We're going to do this. I'm really excited about this. I actually own your product. I love it. Would you please talk about it a little bit?
Sure. Hello, everyone. My name is Alpesh Patel. I'm a physical therapist, and I'm working, as you see right now. I'm at work right now. I'm being in this practice for almost 15 plus years now. So hopefully, I know what I'm talking about. And I'll tell you just the origin story, what happened. So during my all work years, I'm seeing all kind of different patients. And the one thing which I didn't do properly was the home care. Like I go to patient's house. So one of my friend opened up a company and he's like, "Oh, I need a therapist just for few patients. Can you help me out?" And Susan knows I cannot say no to a lot of things. And, and I'm like, "Okay, you know what? I'll help you, but I can't do a lot, maybe just few hours." Like, no problem. So I went to this patient's house and I kept going and kept going. And now family were so much involved, and I love those families when everybody's involved. So this 90-year-old lady I was treating, entire her life she was very very independent. So until I went there a year before, she was completely independent with all her tasks. But 90 year after, all of a sudden she got a pneumonia and then she became a wheelchair bound. But she was very strong minded person and very very high cognitive and very communicable and really really nice. And always she wanted to do something by herself, which is either cooking or playing games or something like that. But over the period of time, her hands started giving up. So they become weak, and she was complaining about pain. And one day I went to the patient's house and I saw like a bunch of products. Now, family is so much involved, they'll buy her world to her. And I know a lot of us, we know what we do with for our parents or for our loved ones. So there was so many products. And I went there, I'm like, what is this thing? And it's like, oh, you're a therapist, right? You figure it out how we can use it. And I looked at all the products and I'm like, this is most of them is a garbage. Like you don't even need it because your mother. And she's like, no, but I spent so much money behind it. What do you mean by that? And I'm like, yeah, but you should have asked me. And then we started using it, but again, she couldn't do them, most of them, or whatever the reason, we couldn't work out. And then she's like, and that thing I never forget. She's like, Alpesh, you're a physical therapist. You love my mom. We love my mom. Why don't you make something couldn't help her? And
Oh,
I'm like, that's very good idea. Actually, I need to think about it. It was a good idea until I started working on it, like we talked earlier, the production challenges. But no, that's how kind of a whole the Theravio ideologist idea came out, and then I started working on the product creation. And I had that one patient on my mind, like how can I serve her better? Because family were more important and they were involved. So I started creating a product. I tested almost 200 plus samples from different manufacturer. That took almost 2 to 3 months before even I finalized my product and the manufacturer. And then I had to deal with 6 different manufacturers to combine in this kit and put it together. It was a nightmare. That would take me another hour to explain what happened. But simple story. Yes, at the end, the product came to life. And so far, thank God, people are loving it. And more than that, actually, it's helping them. So we have a lot of patients are using it, including we have a lot of therapists. Like I have a lot of physical therapists. Now they keep their own kit. So they take to the patient's house and they using them. They recommend the patient there. So yeah, everything going great, except how Amazon works. They require a lot of reviews in order to go to the top page. They require the product to be top notch. So far we got all good reviews. Thank God for that, and people loving it. But hey, any help here for all of us, it's really appreciable. We are small business owners, and if you ever sold the product or you were even developed the product, you know the what goes behind it. And like Susan, I know you were talking earlier, the challenges that I had my both hand up because there's so many times I thought, why am I doing this? I could easily go to work, see my patient, and go home and sleep. I don't have to worry about. But then my goal as a company, I want 100 million people to be pain free, and it shouldn't cost world to them. It should be affordable with the quality products, and that's my aim. And every time I get tired, every time I want to give up, that's I tell myself it's not for me. It's about 100 million people who may need this kit. Now, again, this is just a starting kit. So yes, we have only one product in the market right now. We are working. I'm personally working on a different ideas, talking to different patients, different people. Trying to understand the challenges, and I'm have few things in the plan, and we'll definitely announce once it's ready, because I don't know which way I'm gonna go. Depends on the what patient wants or what people with the pain wants it more, and I'm going to work towards it. So yeah, that's all about me. That's all about my brand at this point. Unless you have any questions, before we go, yes, I'm gonna share some product videos so you know what actually has in there, and I'm going to share this. Let me know if you see it.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. So this is the kit. I have it, and it has almost 21 pieces. Now this is the ice pack. You can use it, this ice pack, as a heat pack as well. I have a little massager there, some hand strengthening exercises, the therapy everybody knows there. What else? Yep, the stretch ball. If you want to kill somebody, this is the better version to take the stress out. um, yep, this is some finger strengthening exercises. I have included some tape because a lot of arthritis patient, or sometimes you have injury, you want to tape yourself. So yep.
This is so cool, Alpesh. What are those?
Right. Sorry. Yeah. So I don't want to go too long, but yes. So shop. Okay. So that's product. Now we have a two version, and I explain you why I made two version, because the one I've noticed based on my work experience, that a lot of time these products you buy it online, it comes like a resistance from 1 to 10 or 1 to 5. And I can guarantee you last 3, 4 resistance, nobody ever use it, because even it's hard for me to use it. That's for like a bodybuilder. Now we are normal human being, we are normal human people, we don't need those stuff. So what, there's no point of wasting your money by just offering your product, you're never going to use it. So what I did is kind of, I created a simpler version, which is like soft to medium, which is good enough for everybody. But now there are highly enthusiastic people who really want to go to like a next level. That's why I added like a little bit expensive. We're more like a 28 pieces. So we have like a higher resistance level into it. But like, to be honest with you, if you are regular person, regular people with too much pain or everything, I would suggest go with the basic kit. That's enough for you. So that's all about my product.
Beautiful job. Great. Does anybody have a quick question for Alpesh? All right.
Wow, I'm
I
so
actually,
good.
so I wanted to mention something too. So I don't know if you mentioned this because my brain's going a million miles, but so if somebody, when they buy your kit and let's say they get confused, what did you offer?
Oh, yes, good. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah. So again, backstory. We'll go back to the backstory. When I started selling a product, one of the another questions, so one of the patient complained also around the same thing. They get this kit, but then what? Like they have one little template or one little piece, like two-piece kind of a paper, has like a few picture, and they're like, how am I supposed to know when you give an entire kit to them? So then I'm like, okay, I need to write a book. So I end up writing the whole entire book. It took me just few months to write, perfect it. And top of that, I have included a 4-week challenges. So that's why the book title is says how to cure your hand or wrist pain in 30 days. And if you really follow that plan, I guarantee you, you're gonna feel a big difference. And that's why I have a weekly plan with all of the information there, everything you need to know about pain in general, or a hand pain, everything like that. But yes, you get this 4-week plan with exercise in there with the step by step. So I have a picture how to do exercise, I have an instruction how to do that. And top of that, I recently created a videos, around 30 plus videos, where I'm showing using each product, let's say therapy, how many ways you can use the therapy instead of just one time and squeezing in the hand all the time. So I also created video, and yes, right now you can get it for free. That's included. And so I know you told me, but you know me, I'm crazy, but yes, you don't have to even buy a kit because I want to help people. You can go my website, put your email address, and you can get it free even without buying the kit. So it's okay. I would love you buy my kit, but in case you don't, if you have a pain, go ahead and read the book. Go ahead and do those exercises. You will still feel much, much better.
Incredible. You see the heart on this guy? This is amazing. Thank you. And Carmen had her hand up. Carmen, did you want to ask Alpesh something?
Susan, I know your entire panel. Oh my God. I also met Alpesh and had him on my podcast. And I just want to recommend him. I love his website. He has all these videos, all this information. Like if you're in pain, you want to be on his website. So I just want to say hello, a shout out. And yes,
Hi, Carmen.
generous man. How you doing, Alpesh? All right.
Great.
Bye.
Thank you, Carmen. Dr. Minnie, how are you? Did you want to ask Alpesh something?
Yes, I do. So, Alpesh, I was thinking like one other group of people you could focus on, because you're kind of in that medical space already, is like surgeons. Because surgeons are always complaining about like their hands hurting, as after a long day of surgery. So something to strengthen their hands and then to also just help with the pain and stuff, I think would be a great marketing tool for you. Like start out with some people you already know and then get some testimonials and then have it like out there for all over the country,
I love that idea.
Yeah, that's one idea. And then the other thing I was thinking about, and this is like 2 steps ahead, but also like since you're already doing hands, you should also at some point focus on feet.
So I know Carmen, we spoke in her podcast, right? So my at the end goal, Dr. Minnie, is about creating each joint their own kit. So I'm gonna have a knee joint kit, ankle joint. That's why, like anybody has a pain, I want to make it so affordable and so convenient. Then rather than finding and going different place, just go to my website, buy the kit you need, and you can keep it for yourself or anybody who loves it. And because it's a high quality, sometimes you can use it for different part. But we all know it's long process. This product itself, like almost a year of non-sleepless night technically. So yeah, it's a lot of research go, but yes, it is definitely in the pipeline. Knee, back, shoulder, ankle.
Yes.
Those are the main components I'm working on.
And also I think with all of us like staring, like most of us like look down like this most of the day, at our phones or something. So maybe even something for the neck, because when I go in for massages, they always tell me like you've got knots all over like your neck all the time.
Can I say something, Susan, which is out of our context?
Go for it.
All right. And I know you told me not to give away a lot of things, but I'll still give away this thing. So Dr. Minnie, as we speak, I created a course, which is a posture correction. Exactly, typically people who on the computer, I just had a confirmation from my editor that is done with editing, because I have same thing. My idea is not just the instruction, also exercises. So I have exercises along with the instruction going on. And I create like a 6 module so far, along with some bonus schedule too. I'm planning to offer them. A lot of people told me not to offer free because just nobody cares. So there's a few ideas I have it, but because I'm here and Suzanne, anybody's in the call, if they come to me when the course is ready. I just have to upload and do the other process. But once it's done, this group of people get absolutely free, and I promise you're gonna love it.
Amazing.
I would almost say, and we can talk about it later because I'm talking too much, but I have like ideas, and I would almost say like, if you're going to offer it for free, use it as an amazing lead magnet. Go on LinkedIn, like start like 1 chapter one day, 2 days later, the next chapter kind of thing, and start building your engagement there.
Love it.
Awesome.
That's great.
I'm
and
loving
Lucy,
it.
Lucy, you had your hand up. Did you have a question for Alpesh?
I do. So you're talking about hand pain. Does it also help with things like arthritis kind of hand pain? Is that something that's targeted?
In general, arthritis, carpal tunnel, trigger finger, or even after surgery. So somebody has a surgery. Of course, you don't want to use it immediately, but eventually you need this kit, or is a similar exercise what other therapists do. So this is actually, I use it in my personal life with my patient also. So yes, it helps with everything. And that's the reason I added a ice pack and the heat pack, like a 2-in-1, because if you had a surgery, you can put it in the freezer and you can use the ice pack. But especially with the arthritis, you can actually put it in a microwave, the same pack, and you can use it as a heat pack. So consider as a warm pack for you, especially in arthritis or sometime in the morning, it like, you have like, finger gets stuck because of the arthritis or all those stuff. So that's really important. And it comes with a little massager. Like I said, it's a finger massager. I don't have it right now, but that also relieve the tightness, especially in the arthritis part, to relieve the tightness around your joint. So that also is helpful, along with all the exercises, of course. And in my book, you will get all the stretches you need before you need this product.
And is it in the UK as well as the US?
Product is in US. Book, you can get it in UK. It's an ebook, so you can get it for free anywhere.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Great job. Fantastic. Thank you, Alpesh. Put your link in the chat so that people know where to find you as well.
So what I did is, just for this call, of course, I had to figure it out the value wise, right? So I did is I lower my price. If you see my last week, it was around $45, something like that. So I lower it down to, I think it's a $40, but I created a $5 coupon there. So if you click on it, on the coupon part, it will be around $35, definitely. And like I said, it will come with the ebook, come with the courses, all the videos. And when the course is ready, I'll give it free.
Beautiful. Thank you, Alpesh. Man, that's awesome. All right, Alex, are you ready to go? This is so cool. I'm going to just briefly say Alex is my favorite fiction author. This has nothing to do with that, but oh my gosh, she's a fantastic writer. Coming from a writer, that's probably great, but the way that she puts words together is fantastic. Her book that I love so much is A Road to Joy. And you're going to see in a second how that actually does connect with what she's doing now. Alex, if you're ready, come on the screen.
Wow, thanks, Sue. I think everybody needs a friend like Sue. I think what a great intro. Thank you. I am a writer, and I'm counting on you to, cut my mic when I go over, because we know how that goes, right? But writing first, and I've always written, but my writing didn't really grab, coincidentally, until my husband died 12 years ago now. It's been. Grief changes you in ways you can never expect. And I've learned a lot. I learned more about people, more about relationships. And it's interesting to see how your whole perspective on everything changes, how much different things matter to you. What mattered before doesn't matter now. What's important before is not important now. People you loved before are gone. People you never knew before are there. You learn so much about the side of life that we can't visibly see. So one of the things that I did learn and had to learn quickly, because I have 5 kids, and they were all teenagers when he died. You have to learn very quickly how to connect with teenagers in the first place, but when they're all grieving dad, it's a layer of challenge you don't need with teenagers. So I really had to get in touch with their emotions. I had to teach them how to feel. I had to teach them how to cry, which in and of itself is a whole story. But it was interesting to see how deep we had to go to really reach where we wanted to be. And then I wrote the book, and that helped me. I mean, it was very cathartic for me, because I basically came up with a character. She was me. From page 1, though, she's not me anymore. I just gave her my trip and my story, and she runs away from home and she's gone, and has an adventure. And for me, I learned a lot about what I personally was feeling. So I had this whole 5 different patients, let's say, who grieved in different ways at different times. And then I went through my own process. And by the time I was done with that, I think I had a really, really solid understanding of people. I started to work on a lot of things online, because the ADHD is strong in this one. And, the train of thought just never stops. So I'm always doing something. But more and more and more, everything has kind of come to a point where I just want to fix my little corner of the world. I can't change the world. I can't fix everything, but I can change my little corner of the world. Our community, we're so overwhelmed. Our communities, we're designed to handle a community of what, 40, 50, maybe 100 people. And we can interact with those people. We can help those people. They can help us. We are not designed to handle the emotional stress of 8 billion people. We just can't do that. And we're being bombarded with it constantly. So I'm very, very in tune, very focused on the emotional side of us. So we're basically an emotional, spiritual being living in a physical body. And this to me matters a lot. But the disconnect that comes with today's technology also means that we're completely disconnected from each other. So if you put all of that together and then throw in my daughter who has Down syndrome and who has taken it upon herself to create the most memorable cards for every occasion. She puts together these cards, but then she Googles the heck out of everything she wants to say. And she comes out with these messages, and we just wait for, Maggie to give her card and watch the person cry, because that's exactly what's going to happen. So it all started to come together this past Christmas. It was, she won because everybody, not just the person she gave the card to, but took everybody with her. Greeting cards. Greeting cards are a way to connect with other people. And my mom was a card giver. I like the card thing, but I've always had a problem finding a card that says what I want to say, because especially now, I want to say something deeper. I'm not sorry for your loss. That happens. I'm not going to offer my thoughts and prayers. My condolences mean nothing to you, but I'm going to tell you that I feel what you're feeling, and this sucks bad, and it's going to hurt for the rest of your life, and that's okay. I want to hit them in the feels. I want to make greeting cards that say what you want to say, but not just the good, like, whoa, good for you, yay. Very inspirational things. One of my favorites is from the moment that I decide I will, it does not matter that I can't. I threw that on a card. So there's a lot of good stuff in there, but you know what? Congratulations on your divorce. That weight loss looks good on you. They say, when they say it's not you, it's me. No, it was you. I want to be able to, I want some dark humor. I want a whole range of saying things that we need to say, that to give people the words that they need to express the feelings that they don't even know that they're feeling. And to be able to write very, very short is a huge challenge for me, because that's not one of my strengths. So we have greeting cards. Everything that I've ever done has kind of led to here. And so I also watch Maggie making her cards. She pulls the printer paper out and she makes, or actually it's all the colored cardstock, and they're exactly 8.5 by 11. And she makes a card out of that. And then there's no envelope for that. So I also looked at that and I thought, I wonder how many kids are out there, how many people are out there going, geez, I wish I could just make a card and stuff it in an envelope. So all of my cards are designed to download, to print at home, and to fit exactly one letter size sheet of paper. And they come with an envelope that folds exactly from one letter size sheet of paper. So it's handy. It's handy. Once you've got the download, you can print that card as many times as you want. So that's kind of a good deal. You can also peruse to your heart's desire, because you're not standing in the middle of the drugstore, in the crowd trying to push everybody around because it's, Mother's Day morning and you screwed up, right? So, so it's greeting cards, and I'm putting my own out there. But what I've also done is I've opened it for submissions, because I can't be the only one out there with a half decent card idea. And I also don't want it to just be my thoughts and prayers. I want to hear other people. I mean, there's a lot out there. So I want to hear from other people. I'm offering a terrific 20% royalty on cards. I mean, it's a download, so they're going for like $4. But you can sell an awful lot of $4 cards online. So I'm offering a terrific royalty on that. And of course, once the work is done, they're one and done. So give me your stuff and we'll upload it and you can forget about it and maybe you get a royalty check 4 times a year. So that's a big thing. I'm really working on that. So the last thing is, of course, I've had to take some Procreate courses, which has led to more designs and just playing around with stuff. And it turns out a lot of the stuff that can go onto a greeting card can go onto a coffee mug or a t-shirt. So I've thrown all that on there too. So now I've got a whole line of, well, I'm starting a whole line of analog merch too. So there's the digital side, the analog side. I thought that was pretty catchy. So it's up and running. I'm just starting building the catalog. That's pretty much where I'm at right now. So
that's fantastic. So good. And I love this. I hope you guys caught this whole thing and especially those who are entrepreneurs, it can be really hard to keep your humanity side, your nose to the grindstone, you're working. It can be really easy to get really stoic because stuff goes wrong and you have to have survival mode to get through it. That's one way we do is we turn off the emotions. Alex is helping fix that. Like, my goodness, if you haven't had a good cry in a while, highly recommended.
Highly recommend. Yes.
And so I love that you're doing this because this way we can communicate with people like that we love, like in a very deep and meaningful way, not the trite, like, so sappy or whatever, like we find in the drugstore. So if anybody has a question for Alex, put your Zoom hand up and we'll do that. And I saw somebody just joined. I'm so sorry I missed who it was. Oh, go for it, Carmen.
Why not, right? Oh, I love your idea. I am so inspired and so activated. I am definitely going to come onto your website and check it out because I have a couple of phrases to give you. So it was awesome. And the t-shirts and the mugs is just like awesome. I love it. Congratulations on that idea.
Thank you.
Super smart.
To full disclosure, I'm a very proud Canadian these days. So there's some proud Canadian stuff squeaking through there. So if that's not your thing, just skip over it.
I just wanted to add the power of like a network. What we're doing right now in this party is we're all like understanding what each person does in such a powerful way. And just to point out, like Sue, for example, when I first started Do the Thing, she is like the one person responsible for, I think, like 40 of my podcast interviews. And so like when you know one person in a network, it opens up a whole door. And so while each of you are thinking of like, oh, who could I recommend them to? Once we actually just make one introduction, it opens up a door. Like I love all these ideas with the surgeons and with gardeners. And I'm thinking I just bought alpecias for my mom. And I'm like, she lives in a retirement community. Like, it's like once you get something into a network, it opens up a whole spider web. So I just wanted to point that out as the power of you guys being here. I just like, I'm so excited that Sue, you put this on and organized it. And I wanted to also mention, because I know we're closing soon. And Sue, I don't know if this is okay, but I'm doing it. If that's okay.
Go for it.
Sue's community is Entrepreneurs Gone Wild. I know a lot of you guys know that. It would be amazing because this is the first one of this kind of Zoom that we're doing. Just like post in there and share like what you learned, like what you loved. And then if you want your product featured in a future one, let her know because this is kind of all being built right now through just this experience right here. And I'm like feeling so much love for like this whole room right now because it's like we know the work that each of you have gone through, and the fact that you guys are here showing up for that and to like be a part of it is really, it's really exciting. So Sue, you're awesome.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Hey, I'm going to share my screen because we have a giveaway and I've gotten all your names into this wheel of whatever it's called, wheel of wow, we're going to call it. Are you ready? I'm going to click to spin. First, like in 10 seconds, please scan if there's somebody if you're in here and your name is not on this wheel, please let me know and I will add it. I know it's got to read it while it's spinning. And just unmute yourself because I'm not going to be able to see the chat. And you guys can see this, right? All right. I'm going to hit the thing. Going going, gone. Okay. Whew, that's psychedelic. Stacy D, are you still here? Oh, that's lovely.
Popular name today.
Stacy D, you're still here? Please acknowledge that you're here. You have to be here to win. If you're not here, then we're going to pick another one. 3, 2,
Oh,
1.
she said yes.
She's
said
still
yes.
here. Okay, good. Stacy D, I need you to in the chat here, please send me your email address. That is how I am delivering your Amazon gift card for $50. All right. Thank you all for being here. We're at 101. That's not bad. Oh my goodness, we did it. We stuck to the time and everything. Thank you for being here. This has been an absolute blessing to me to see you all here to support all these folks. If you have any questions, if you want to be on the wait list for the next one, reach out. You can find me the same way you found this. And I thank you. I appreciate you all for being here.